In this segment, we're going to be taking our imported mind plan and imported prediction points and running a dynamic analysis on that scenario. So dynamic analysis can only be conducted on rectangular scenarios, not polygonal. And of course, if you remember, the imported mind map and prediction points are a polygonal panel and points. However, there's a function in SDPS right here, this rotate scenario for dynamic analysis that can take any polygonal scenario and rotate it so that dynamic analysis can be conducted on it. So really quick to refresh your memory, here is our original scenario, obviously not perfectly horizontal or vertical. So what we need to do is just go back to the general page and hit rotate scenario. That's going to open up this window where first we can plot our original scenario. It's going to show up once more, except we see all the points, even the red deactivated ones. Now we're going to select a vertex of this panel to be our origin or point that we will rotate everything about. So you can see as I click through these, so for example, if I hit the third coordinate here, this right here is the third coordinate. It's highlighted or circled in red. And then the point that is one step counterclockwise from our point of interest is circled in black. And what this is doing is essentially highlighting one boundary edge. So in this case, it's this far right boundary edge. If I change that to the fourth coordinate, here's our point of interest, and then here is our boundary of interest. What this allows us to do is take this boundary of interest and rotate the entire scenario around this point until our boundary of interest is flush with this line. And this line just represents due west from our origin point. We can change that to due east, south, north, etc. So in our case, I'm going to go just with the east boundary here and then simply rotate this edge until it is flush. So simply by hitting rotate scenario, now we see our rotated scenario, both the panel outline as well as our prediction points have been rotated. Now I can save this rotated scenario as a new scenario, just like that. And once I close out of this window, you'll see there's a new scenario that is rectangular in nature. So if I jump to the scenario plot here, plot the scenario, I can see just what we completed. So now, if I go to the mind plan, I can now enable this panel for dynamic analysis. So by checking that, I unlock 3 of these regions. So first, we need to pick an advanced direction. We're going to say that the panel, the long wall face, begins at the west boundary and advances towards the east. We can input a mining rate. We'll just use 60 feet per day. And then we can also input a time factor. We'll just leave that as the default 0.1. Now we need a starting face coordinate. So because this is a east-west orientation, we are going to basically pick the x-coordinate of the west boundary because that is where the long wall should be starting. So that's pretty simple. We'll just take the west boundary, input that there. And then let's try 100 steps at a 20-foot increment and see how that looks. So we'll go ahead and save those changes. And then we can go to scenario plot, plot our advancing steps, and see how that dynamic analysis looks. So here we can see that if we were to run a dynamic analysis, the face wouldn't even get close to the points, so we're going to have to extend our analysis a bit. Let's double the number of points, and let's also, number of steps rather, and we'll increase our step increment a bit. So now if we replot, now it's going past it a little bit, and I'm actually going to increase it a bit more. We'll increase the number of steps to 50. We want to see the whole picture of the dynamic behavior, so we'll push it a little bit further past. That should be good enough. So now we're essentially going to simulate the face moving from the west boundary all the way to here, this point, and we're going to make measurements or really make a calculation every 30 feet for a total of 250 observations or calculations per point. So we can go ahead now and close this window and go back to analysis, calculate. And now we're ready for our dynamic calculations in scenario 2, our rotated scenario. We're going to stay calculating at specified intervals. There is an option to calculate at measured points. So if you're able to take subsidence measurements through time in a sequence and then upload those into the program, it can actually make calculations or predictions only at those points that have already been measured so that you can directly compare. However, we don't have those measurements, so we're going to keep it at our specified 30-foot intervals. So now we just have to calculate our dynamic deformations. You can see it over here in the log. It's going to calculate those for all of our points. Then we can go to our dynamic results, and they're separated by point. So here we have a list of points. You can see they're in order according to the profile. And we will select, let's see, take that middle point, chart dynamic deformations, and you can see this red curve is our dynamic profile. So as the face is advancing, so it's 5,000 feet from our point all the way to 0, and then a couple thousand feet past it. And the same can be charted for different indices. We can also take this data for a single point and export it to Excel. So that takes us through our dynamic calculations segment. The next segment will look at calibrating panels based on measured